I just got finished reading this book, Lasting Ever, by Rebecca St. James, which is For Kings and Country's older sister, and her husband, Connie Fink. A story of trust in everything God. And it's the story of their marriage and how they met, and the fact that they were like well into their 30s by the time they got married, which is definitely something that a lot of Christians really need to read, because it kind of seems like women of the world gets their Prince Charming way early in life, but sometimes Christians can too. But it seems like Christians' marriages kind of happen later in life. And what like reading Jane Austen and the world says is like, if you don't get married young, you're not going to get married. So something like this is really inspiring to read. It goes through their struggles before they meet, of their life, and leading up to their dating and their proposal. And he ended up proposing to her before he even said I love you, which I thought that was kind of cute. And it was in a woodland by her parents' farm on Christmas Eve. So if you're reading Jane Austen thinking you're gonna like get a Mr. Darcy and whatnot, this is definitely more of a realistic love story. And then I don't think you can get better than a woodland on Christmas Eve. And they talk about their struggles before they even meet. Didn't really ever really heard of him, but he was a bass player in a band called Fostering the People, and he also grew up in San Diego and went to South Africa on a missionary trip. And of course, like Rebecca St. James, she's the older sister of For King and Country, which before For King and Country in the movie Unsung Hero, I didn't really know who she was until that movie. And then I started listening to her music, and she was a Christian singer in the 90s and came back a little later and started doing things with her brothers. And she talks about that journey in here and how her voice kind of like gave out on her and came back, and then she started doing things with singing with her brothers. And they talk about how they first meet at a party and how he was very, very assertive from the start, pretty much like all into it from like day one. And there's a little cute story about an airport kissing there, but I'm not going to get too detailed into that because I want you to read it. And they talk about vacations that they took on together and adventures that they went on together and stuff. So if you're a Christian woman or a Christian guy who has not found your significant other yet, and I would say get out of the Mr. Darcy or Jamie Fraser mindset and find something a little bit more realistic. Definitely. I would highly recommend this book, Lasting Ever, by Rebecca St. James and her husband, Connie Fink. Right here.